Hello, hello. This is Professor Moriarty. Today we're not in the field, we are in the dry dock because we've got some homework to do. We're looking at pictures of the cables and of images from Google Earth regarding the abduction route. We will be back in the field very shortly. The next video is called fine-tuning, and there is something else I'm gonna do, which I'm not gonna go into it yet. It's a bit of a surprise. So we're gonna look into the cables first. I've got you here the list of videos you want to look into in order to see these images of the cables. The first one is from DJE Media. They're all from about springtime 23. The first one, Village of the Damned, and it's in you want to look into the 35th minute and 47th second, also the 36th minute. The other one is called Nicola Bulley Unseen, Paul Ansel Talks and Lang's Police Try to Arrest Me. You're looking into the 46th minute. It's all listed here, including the seconds you wanna look into. 47th minute, 48th minute. We're here at the moment. Then Nicola Bulley linked to two other suspicious disappearances. You want to look into the 13th minute. Nicola Bulley in River Whole Time is another video. Research inside Rowan Water. You look into the 10th minute, 10 minutes into the video. And the other one is Nicola Bulley Evidence, No Accident Thoughts, question mark. The 8th minute is of interest here. And one very good picture of these cables was made by Maria Solas on the 4th of April 23. It's called Nicola Bulley Police Divers Back in River Wire. And I'll leave this this list up for for another 15 seconds or so you can have a good look at it, take notes or whatever. You might want to do a screenshot and then look into all these videos. I almost forgot, there is another photograph, and this photograph was taken by myself. It's a high resolution photograph. It's about 6 megabytes in file size, and I took it by accident, and I'll make it available for everybody who wants to look into it. You can proper zoom into it. I shot it with my Panasonic what's it called, Lumix TZ7 camera. And yeah, it's available. I sent an email, a request at a picture, Prof James Moriarty, all one word, at gmail.com. Prof James Moriarty at gmail.com. And we're going to the next. The next picture is. We start with. How I discovered in February this year, end of February, I came across it by accident. I looked into one of Curtis Arnold's videos, and it's called, I'll play it for you. It's called Nicola Bulley Unseen, What Are St. Michael's Hiding? I think it's also called The Village of the Damned. And you're interested in the 35th minute, and I'll play it just for a few seconds.
The weir is actually just over there. So we're going to have a little look at the river from the other side. Why not?
and it was in this segment, I think it's 35 minutes and 47 seconds in it, and it's also 35 minutes and 48 seconds into it. You have to play it in slow motion, play it in 25% speed, and then stop it right in. You have to stop it right in the correct millisecond, and then you come across the picture that triggered me, and it's this one here. That's what triggered me. You see the spot on the opposite side of the river wire. You see the metal construction here. It's a bit hidden by the tree, but you see the supporting cable going down to the anchor point here. You see the top cable here. It's I'm convinced now it's the weight carrying cable, because it's got all these fixings here, and it crosses over there. And the other two, one, two, it's the pulley cable fed around the metal roller. And that's what triggered me. I says, what the fuck is this, you know? And then I went a second further into the video. 1 second further, and it's this one here. Same video from Curtis, and you see the cables stretching from that point with the metal construction right over to the warehouse. And I looked at it for I think it was 2 days. I didn't make what to make of it. I didn't know what to make of it. And then I clicked on and I added one bit to the next, and then I clicked on, basically. From there on, I knew. This one I forgot to zoom into so you can proper see what's going on here. This is the weight carrying cable up here. The pulley cable fed around the wheel, the metal roller. Then there are other pictures from Curtis. Well, you find it on the list. This one here is from. It's not a bad picture. There's actually it shows it from a different perspective, and it's yes, these cables were there, my friends. Take a good look at it. See if we can zoom in a bit more. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The next one. You can see the bloke in this picture is the professor himself, by the way. Curtis Arnold walks behind me and shoots the video. The cables you see on left hand side of my head and right hand side. It was on the day when we went into Rowan Water. It was the 24th of February 23, and it was what time was it? Because this picture was shot at it was 19 minutes past 10 when this picture, when I shot my picture. So this was a bit earlier. It would have been 15 minutes past 10, I reckon. 10 o'clock in the morning on the 24th of February 23. The next one, also from we went into Rowan Water. That's the professor again. And the professor looked at this cable and, oh fuck, I didn't click on. We were right next to down the iron ladder. And remember when in the Second World War, when Winston Churchill said it never entered his mind about the defences of Singapore. The guns were trimmed towards the sea and expecting the chaps coming from the sea, but they came from inland, from the jungle. And Curtis probably the same. We were like Winston Churchill. It never entered our mind, because when you in those days when you looked at these cables, your mind tricked you by thinking, oh, this power cables, keep away of it, power, you know, high voltage, or telephone wires. My mind tricked me, and I never clicked on, but now I did in February. This one here is, hang on, is that me, Maria? No, it's not Maria Solar's picture. It's another one from Curtis's videos. See the steel cables again. Another one. Yes, they were there. I didn't click on, Curtis didn't click on. Peter Faulding must have been down there. He should have clicked, but he didn't either, because it was so well disguised. And the guys who did this, they must have known the area like the inside of their pocket. Another one, no, that's already from my photograph. That all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they are from the picture I took on that day. So we look into Maria Solar's. She shot a good one when she videoed the bathing coppers, as I call it. You can see one of them here. The coroner ordered them back to the river wire. Maria Solar stood next to the warehouse. I know exactly the spot where she stood, because you know, I was there not so long ago. And you see these cables coming from the warehouse, and they stretch over to the other side of the riverbank. So she shot a pretty good picture there. And there's another one from Curtis from a bit of a distance, but the further you got away, the less chance you had to spot these cables. But this is a good one from Curtis from a distance, from the towpath further down towards the Iron Bridge. The more I zoom into, the more grainy it gets. But these pictures definitely, they were there. Now we're coming to the picture I shot on that same day when I and Curtis were down at the weir, down the weir. I shot this with my Lumix camera, and I too was deceived by the magician, obviously, because I shot this picture with the weir in the focus, you know. But I was lucky. I caught the object of interest in the top left corner. And about this picture, I have to say, this is one of those pictures who were on the camera when I fell into the river 2 years ago. I think I fell into the river after a week after I took this picture. And another week later, I came back and fished it back out. The camera obviously was fucked up, but the SD card, it was not a micro SD card, it was one of the bigger, the SD card it's called. It worked. It's amazing. I got all my pictures back, and we're gonna zoom into it now, because it's a high resolution. It's 6 megabytes in file size. And you see the cables there. This is the metal construction, the metal roller. Top is the weight carrying cable. The bottom two is the pulley cable. You see the church in the background, St. Michael's on wire. Very pretty. See if we can zoom in a bit more. 345% of I'm on now. Yeah, I would have loved to measure the diameter of these cables. Obviously, the top one, the weight carrying cable, would have been a bit stronger. But what's happening here? I'm gonna go back in the next session. I'm gonna go back and measure the groove of the steel roller. So that should give me an idea about the diameter of the pulley cables. You know, this steel cable has got a groove where they are being fed around, and I also want to know the diameter of the roller itself. So I have to get myself back in there just to do these two measurements, because what else? So all these other pictures here, they're just screenshots from this high resolution photograph. 1, 2. I spend a lot of time analyzing all these things. 3. 4. 5. 6. That's a nice one. Definitely the steel cables were there. That's the last one from my photograph. As I say, I'll make it available to anybody who is interested, who wants to examine it further. Send me a message. I'll send it across. No problem. It's the more people have got it, the better it is. It's with me. It's just buried, but buried in time. Then next thing we do is we go to the abduction route. The abduction route, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 pictures. I did a screenshot from Google Earth, prepared it all. This is the abduction route. Nikki wasn't attacked right next to the bench. She was somewhere here in the middle, if not as far as the brick building. Took her along the river path, right next to the edge of the river, across the wire, the river wire. She was winched across, and I walked it across the river. I've got a good idea now what it's like. It's a high risk job. To get up to the other to the steep bank is another high risk thing. It's a nightmare. And if any one of you thinks they could have carried her across the weir, forget it. It's a no-brainer. Nikki would have weighed, imagine, just under 8 stones. She just lost weight, so that's about, let's say, 48 kilograms. To get a woman 45 kilograms who is not willing to get up there, up that bank where I struggled, forget it. It's a no-brainer. They winched her across the wire with the cable, and they themselves, I'm now convinced, they wouldn't have walked it. It's too high risk. You don't do that when you abduct a woman. They would have, in the military, it's called a technique called horizontal rope climb. You basically wrap your leg, or one leg or both legs, around the rope or the cable. It doesn't make a difference if it's a rope or a cable. And with their arms and with their hands, you obviously you get the other half of your body, the weight, so and pull yourself across these cables, and that's how they did it. And the other bloke, the observer, he was, after he parked his car, in this spot here, the lane with no name. He probably made his way into that fenced off area with the trees, the metal construction. He waited over there. The winched her across. He welcomed her over there, if you know what I mean. And then these two scumbags went over by the technique called horizontal rope climbed. They went over there. It wouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Nicky would have been winched over there, and if it takes 2 minutes, I would be surprised. And then once they were over here, they went along that embankment, and I now believe they took the bottom. They didn't walk on top of the embankment because it's because of the exposure. The exposure to someone in the churchyard, or so, they would have minimized risk wherever possible. They would have walked at the bottom, or someone on the other side could have seen them. They walked at the bottom of that embankment over here, would have broken. The top plank was broken. Then across this hidden path, I didn't even know it exists, to the corner. Where the house is, what I call the priest's house. I don't know if it's the priest's house, but you know which corner. And then off into the van and off along the lane with no name. They wouldn't have turned right into Blackpool Road, too busy, too many dash cams. These type of creatures, they avoid risk wherever possible. They would have went up Hall Lane towards here, and towards Myerscough or Inskip, and I repeat myself, Paul Ansel is innocent. He's got nothing to do with it. So next image is the movement of the shabby red van. The hidden shed where the shabby red van was parked is here. By the way, I have the route of abduction. Go back about a second. The distance from here, from the towpath all the way to here, not all the way to the Hall Lane, just to here is about 500. I think I measured 540 meters, so that's 540. That's not a problem. And the movement of the shabby red van from the hidden place here, the shed, all along Hall Lane, into the lane with no name, to that corner opposite the priest's house. It's about 500 meters in a van. How long would it take you? 1.5. He had to reverse a bit. I'm not sure. He could have went in here, reversed it all the way. I'm not sure if he did this now. He might have driven in forward and reversed outside the priest's house and reversed it into that corner, into that fucking well-hidden corner. So 500, I think it's 540 meters is the distance from here to there. Once they had her in the van, they went off onto Hall Lane. They didn't stop here, obviously. They straight off to Myerscough, Inskip. Yeah, we've got that covered now. Now, yes, I want to show you. This is still to do with the cables. I'll show you. This is the metal construction on the other side. This is the groove. See here, that's where the cable was fixed to this roller. By measuring not right at the outside, but a bit in the inside, then I can find out the diameter of this cable, and it gives us an idea about the strength. And on the opposite side at the warehouse, you know, when I spied through these openings, these holes in the door where the cables went in, one picture came out pretty good. This is the one. And the reason I got confused, obviously I looked into it straight away. If the weight carrying cable was, because see this bit here, I when I first spotted, I analyzed this picture for quite some time. I was under the impression this is the roller for the pulley cables, but it's not. That's why I was confused if the weight carrying if the pulley cables did not go into the first and second hole. But no, it's the weight carrying cable on top and the pulley cable second and third opening. This one here, that is where the weight carrying cable was. You see that little opening here in that metal? That's where it was fixed to that. And what they did, see that it's like a screw here, needs a proper size spanner. I can tell you that. With this gear here, they put tension to the weight carrying cable and fixed it and locked it basically. This is just to fix the weight carrying cable to the inside of the warehouse. And the pulley cables, we have to go a bit down here. The pulley cables, they came in here. See that bit here, that is it's not straight. They dismantled that, and I'm pleased it's lying at the bottom, because we can see the groove here in the middle, and we can also see the fork. The cable would have went in here, the top of the pulley cable, so that it did not swerve left or right and went and stayed in that within that groove of this roller here. And at the bottom, the cable came back out and through the third opening in the door. So this is the roller. This is the pulley cable where the pulley cable was attached to. And then we've got at the bottom, we've got, this is a joystick thingy. And notice the straps, this fabric or whatever, nylon or whatever, you can strap it around a man's body and he can carry it around. This is the joystick telling the electric motor this back, forward, and this is the emergency stop button. It could be carried along, and yeah, it was electrically powered. The pulley cables were electric powered. The weight carrying cable was fixed at both ends in the warehouse. On the other side, at the metal construct, it couldn't be moved. But the pulley cables, they were freely movable. Now, if it was electrically powered, could the pulley cable have been moved? They didn't break into the warehouse. There were never any signs of a break-in. I reckon even if it was electrically powered, they could still manually pull it back and forward. You know what I mean. If not, then they just I don't know what gear they used to hook her up. Maybe you've got an idea, and then pulled her across. I think these pulley cables were movable, even it was electrically powered inside the warehouse. And the last bit here, I don't know what this bit is here. See this pole here in the corner. I don't know. It's got to do with the water, because look here, this black thing. It looks like a fin to me. Any ideas? Put it into the comment. This is the door. This is actually the front door of the warehouse. And here is the cabling for this whole thing. Yeah, we've analyzed that now. Then we come to the gate. You know, when they got Nikki through that gap. Where's that gap again? It's here somewhere. Here, they got her through that gap here, onto these steps and up here. And this is the gate. I call it the bottom gate. This is the top one here, which is the loading ramp gate. But this one here is important. It's now got a padlock. That's why I got the red arrow pointing towards it. And it's now locked with a padlock. But in the days of when I and Curtis Arnold were there, this gate was not locked, and I'll show you. I will prove it to you now. We go to another video of Curtis Arnold. We're finished with this one. What's this one? Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. So it will come straight away. Take close attention. He walks down to the lower level. He looks across, and you see the gate is open. The gate is wide open, and then he walks down to the ladder. That's what it was when I was there. That's what it was when Curtis was there in April. We're finished with this one. And this is a snapshot. This is a snapshot from this video. The wide open gate. They didn't have a problem whatsoever. Once they got here, around here, through the gap, up here, and then I've changed my mind, by the way. You know, there's this wooden ramp. It's leaning against the fence. I'll show you this in a few minutes. But other times it was on the floor like I found it, and I think, I'm not sure if this the loading ramp gate had a padlock or not, and they might not have used the portable wooden ramp to get it up there. There's a far simpler way. That the way I walked, you just walk around it. You can see it in my video. Walk around it. You're exposed to the path for a split second, but they would have checked on that. Walked around up there, and then they had it up there. That does not mean no accident happened there. They hooked her up over this loading ramp gate. There might still have been an accident here. The first time they hooked her up, and then she fell down, they got her back up, hooked her up again over that gate, the loading ramp gate, and across the river. The other option is earlier in time, when they got around the gap. When they got around the gap, I had it somewhere here. That's the gap here. When they got around the gap, before they got her up them steps, I reckon it's either here where there was an accident. Not everything went to plan. I'm quite convinced about it, and she must have fell down there because she fell from a height. It's in the autopsy report. The other option, it happened up at the loading ramp gate. So this is the gap where they came from the riverbank path, the trample path. So we've got that as well. What else have we got? We've seen that picture with I explained that with what the gate was not locked. So this is another picture. It just shows the loading ramp gate. I'm not convinced if it had a padlock or not, but it doesn't make a difference. They would have just walked round like I did. It's even easier up there in 20 seconds or so. What's this? This is the analyze the abduction route here in this picture. Let's bring it up. Here the fence, it's got a wooden part and then a barbed wire part. I thought this would be a problem. I would have to climb over this bit here, the wooden bit, but I measured it's 86 centimeters, not a problem. This one is not a problem whatsoever. You bypass it on the south side. This here is the south side, and this is the gap again, and up the steps and onto the lower level. This is the lower level, platform of the warehouse, and no, this here is the lower level platform of the warehouse, and this here is the higher level platform. The green arrow points towards the loading ramp gate, and the blue arrow, see, that's the portable wooden ramp. It's now not lying on, it's not on the floor like I showed you in my video. It's I think it's leaning against the fence or against the masonry. So you've seen this one as well, and this is another picture from Maria Solas, the 4th of April 23. Again, a fucking bathing copper here. You can see him here. There's a few of them. There's at least 2 of them. He's somewhere hidden in that bend. But we're not interested in bathing coppers. I'll show you that the portable wooden ramp. It was already there then, and this time it's the way I found it on the Friday, a week gone. So this is nothing new. This picture was taken on the 4th of April 23, and Maria Solas shot a brilliant video, and I got this snapshot from her video. Well done, Maria. Screenshot. This is again pointing towards when Curtis Arnold was there. See, this time it's leaning against the fence. This is that portable wooden ramp again. What else have we got? This is the gap. This is the. Yeah, I've got 2 pictures of the open gate. That wouldn't have been a problem for them. I don't know what's going on. And this is the last one. This is a bit of a close-up of that open wooden gate, the bottom one. And you know this as well now. So have I got anything else? Let me see. I've showed you all these pictures here. The images from Google Earth, the abduction route, the movement of the shabby red van. The shabby red van did exist. At first I thought, oh, someone's making some. No, the shabby red van, because we now know the driver of the shabby red van is also the observer. And I showed you the abduction route. I showed you all these pictures. Yeah, if anyone wants this high resolution picture I shot on the 24th of February 23, you can zoom into it. I was lucky I caught it in the left top corner. Yeah, the more you zoom into it, the more grainier it gets, but it's still fucking good, you know. And you can see the weight carrying cable attached to the frame. The bottom pulley cable come at the bottom, and this one is the top one that goes at the top of that steel roller. And that's it basically, my friends. And now we're gonna go back into the field. I don't tell you when. It might be pretty soon, and we do it. I call it a fine-tuning session, because how can I put it? We know the abduction route now, all right, but I'm still working on the spot where Penny passed them. I want to find out exactly where Penny passed them, and I also want to recreate from 9/17 when they were hidden, where the trees are. I want to recreate when they broke cover, jumped out, how they went to the bench. I will have to walk faster this time, because they were not. They didn't delay their action, and then we can recreate where Nikki would have seen them, where Nikki was approximately, and then we can also recreate how long it took them at the bench. They went over the style, over that wooden construction. They could have went there as early as 9:20, between 9:20 and 21, and they were back in the spot where they lurked and jumped out of where they broke cover. At 9:22 they went back. Nikki's heart rate was at its peak, and that's when they sorted her out properly. Gagged her with tape and all that, and then I want to establish. There is a spot. I spotted something in my own video. Would you believe it? In my fucking own video in part 1, and I didn't click on when I was there, and there is something I need to investigate. So I have to go back, and you will be my witnesses. So I'll see you when I'm down there again. The professor will be in the field again very shortly, so stay tuned, and ta-ra from now. Yeah, just one more thing, as Lieutenant Colombo would be saying. I forgot to explain this one. In this picture you also see the stabilizing cable that I was on about in my video. It's here, and this is anchored in the ground. And in this picture you can also see, as I said, this is from spring 23. The bottom plank is already broken, right? And as I pointed out in my video, the metal mesh is not there, right? So they got her, basically they got her out of this gap between the bottom and the second plank. They got her out of here, and then they carried her to the van. So second time. Thank you. See you soon. Ta-ra.